Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andy, and welcome to this week's Team Kentucky Update. Today, we'll start where we always start with our red hot economy and an update on economic development. Since I took office, we have now announced more than 1,000 new location and expansion projects for a record $33 billion in announced investments in Kentucky, in us, and the creation of what is nearly 56,000 new Kentucky jobs. And that momentum is leading to some exciting updates across the Commonwealth. Tomorrow is going to be a very exciting day in the Commonwealth. Starting at the Governor's Mansion at 10 a.m., we will make another historic jobs announcement that'll keep us at the forefront of an exciting industry of the future. This will be, I believe, the third largest jobs announcement since I became governor, and what will be the fourth largest private sector investment in terms of dollars. It is a really big deal. It'll be a really exciting announcement. And you can join us by tuning into my Facebook or YouTube channel at 10 a.m. to watch the exciting news. Also tomorrow, I'll be joining state and local officials and leaders from Stellar Snacks to cut the ribbon on the company's newest operation. This $137 million investment is set to create 350 full-time Kentucky jobs over the next 9 years in West Louisville. Initially, we believed this was the largest economic development project in the community for several years. We know it's the largest in decades, as far back as we've seen data. Stellar Snacks is the first woman-owned pretzel manufacturer in the United States. The investment is establishing the company's newest and largest industrial pretzel bakery on Dixie Highway in Louisville. The company has already hired at least 53 employees for the facility, and their focus is hiring local from the neighborhoods surrounding the facility. With great local partners and committed business leaders like the Galvins, who are the owners, in the past 6 months, we've announced and/or are bringing online over 1,000 new jobs in West Louisville. You think about that being the Goodwill Opportunity Center and the jobs that it has. Stellar Snacks and the 350 it's going to hire. And of course, Norton West Louisville Hospital, which we opened on Friday. They saw their first patients on Monday. This is the first hospital in West Louisville in 150 years with a significant amount of employment. This is us making good on our promise that we're going to make sure prosperity reaches every single part of Kentucky, that we all move forward together, and that everyone sees this opportunity and prosperity, that we're making announcements in virtually every county across this Commonwealth. Stellar Snacks is a perfect fit for West Louisville and the Commonwealth, and I cannot wait to see the company's next steps as they continue to grow. And finally, yesterday, I was able to visit with newly hired employees at ECTC Blue Oval SK Training Center in Glendale. The center's training the employees who are going to work at Ford Motor Company and SK On's transformative $5.8 billion EV battery production facility, which will eventually create up to 5,000 full-time Kentucky jobs. And we have some great progress to report. Blue Oval SK has currently hired approximately 1,100 workers, with 750 of them being assigned to Glendale. At full capacity, just Kentucky One, the plant that's coming online in the first quarter of next year, but the employees actually went in and started working for the first time 2 days ago. That one facility, which is 0.9 miles from end to end, will have 2,500 employees working in it. Training started for these employees in June of 2024, and the curriculum teaches employees technical, quality, and manufacturing processes. It was great to tour the center and see firsthand that we are training the workers who will help lead the EV revolution. And as I went through, I have to say I was struck by how technical this work is and the expertise that it takes. It is significant training to get them ready, which is why we agreed as part of the incentive package to ultimately build this facility. I was also impressed that 85+% of everyone that's been hired has been local, has been a Kentuckian. So great jobs for our Kentucky people. And then just the diversity of the employees was pretty incredible. All ages, all types of folks that are excited, every single one of them, to be a part of what will be one of the largest battery facilities in the country. There are now 300 plus Blue Oval SK employees who've been onboarded through this training center. And in total, they've received about 4,500 hours of training. Blue Oval SK is currently hiring production operators in Kentucky. You can fill out an application at blueovalsk.com. Sign up to attend one of the hiring sessions at the link on the screen. It is incredible to have been involved in these negotiations, to make the pitch, to have competed with other states and won, to have made the announcement, which we did in front of the Capitol with such promise, and now to see these two enormous facilities almost complete, the construction complete on one, and just fitting out the final parts of it. This game changer is here, and it's now impacting people's lives directly, who are able to get meaningful employment, provide more opportunities for their kids, and work in an industry and in an area we know is going to be here for decades to come. We know that EVs are the future. We don't know how quickly they'll get here, but the future has been built in Kentucky, and we are going to be a really big part of it. On Tuesday, we also had a big announcement where we were joined by economic development and tourism leaders at Keeneland in Lexington. These are leaders who helped us break every economic development record and every tourism record on the books these past few years. And let me tell you, folks, we're about to break a lot more. That is why now is the time, the key time, to tell our story, to leave behind the stereotypes of the past and introduce the world to everything we're doing in Kentucky and what it's like to live here, to work here, and to raise your family here. This is our chance to talk about how Kentucky is a world-class destination where business and speed to market are fast, but the pace of life is just right. I think that's something a lot of businesses and families are looking for when choosing a place to call home. And we're going to work together to make sure they know Kentucky is the best choice for their home. So on Tuesday, I was proud to unveil a new initiative for Team Kentucky called Our New Kentucky Home. New Kentucky Home is a comprehensive marketing effort that will reintroduce Kentucky to the world. It'll combine economic development, workforce, and tourism efforts, recognizing the critical role that quality of life plays in so many of these decisions. When people look for information on Kentucky, they're going to be connected to our great tourism opportunities, but then they're also going to see the exciting jobs we've brought in, the new upgrades at some of our parks, the things that are going on in our downtowns, the local coffee shops. This is our chance to show people our quality of life and for them to be able to feel what it's like to live here. In Kentucky, we have a stronger sense of home, of the place that we're from, and pride in our home than just about anywhere that I've ever been. So this has an opportunity to take that pride and to unleash it onto the world with an invitation to come join us, to be a part of the special things going on in Kentucky, to move your family into their new Kentucky home, to make your business, move your business here and make this your new Kentucky home, to come see everything we have to offer at our new Kentucky home. Our main goals are to increase economic investment, attract and retain talent, and increase tourism across Kentucky. So this initiative includes a wide variety of efforts that include a new website for the Cabinet of Economic Development, testimonials from Kentuckians and businesses, digital assets, and new graphics and messaging, and more. It's going to extend across social media, digital platforms, and domestic and international marketing efforts. It'll help ensure consistency in messaging to businesses, tourists, and potential new residents. And everybody's going to have a chance to be a part. I was at KCO yesterday talking about this and hearing judges and magistrates already planning on how they were going to try to entice businesses and talent to move to their new Kentucky home in their county. Everybody being able to bring their own creativity, but having a message that is similar. That if somebody gets online and looks at Lake Cumberland, they also probably get to see Lake Barkley. But again, the new jobs and the way of life and how we're investing in our people. Together, we'll be saying, we love Kentucky, and so will you. Come be a part of our new Kentucky home. It'll help us expose people and business to our local stores, our schools, our way of life. So take a look at this video, and I hope you'll feel the excitement that we're going to share all around the world. In Kentucky, we're moving forward together. Our businesses are winning, and our families are thriving. Because Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. We found the way to create a brighter future by working together, by leading with our values of kindness and hard work. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, one where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. So come explore your new Kentucky home. We're excited about this campaign, and it's going to make a lot of people want to call our Commonwealth their new Kentucky home. We also want Kentuckians to get excited about this initiative, to share the things that they love, because it's important to me that our people feel a sense of pride and that everybody is included in this. This is all of us working together to ensure in this moment of opportunity that we seize it and bring as much prosperity to our state. So I'm asking Kentuckians to help take part by posting positive photos, videos, and testimonials from our new Kentucky home on social media with the hashtag New Kentucky Home. Those who take part will have a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Kentucky State Park. We'll select a winner once a month at the Team Kentucky Update from December of this year through April of 2025. So let's start sharing some positive things on social media, which will be a good thing all by itself. But let's also make sure that we're doing it in a way that lifts up our state, lifts up our people. And you never know when your positive post might be the thing that catches somebody's eye, who's not just planning on moving their business, they'd be moving their family. And what you share could be the difference between them seeing themselves here or choosing something else. So remember, together, we can celebrate local businesses, stores, restaurants, and people that we love. We can show the world that we're not looking at the same Kentucky anymore. Because we have used common sense to find common ground, we've led with values of kindness and hard work. And now we're looking at our new Kentucky home where opportunity and prosperity are available for everyone. All right, today we're also announcing a significant investment to strengthen our state's infrastructure and to fuel economic growth. Team Kentucky is dedicating $7.5 million to support 8 vital railway projects across the Commonwealth. These projects will maintain and enhance existing rail lines, make critical upgrades, and create opportunities for industries to thrive in our new Kentucky home. Rail is a vital part of economic growth as it connects us to markets, it helps move goods efficiently, and it creates good jobs for our Kentucky families. These investments will make sure our rail systems are up to date, that they're safe, and that they're ready to support all these growing industries. Improving our infrastructure lays the groundwork for a brighter and a more prosperous future. These upgrades will not only retain existing businesses, but also attract new industries, bring more opportunity to communities across the state, and so much more. Whether it's a new factory, a new logistics hub, or a new tech startup, this investment will make Kentucky even more attractive for business. The funding comes from the Kentucky Shortline Infrastructure Preservation Program, an initiative I was proud to include in this year's state budget, which the General Assembly approved and appropriated dollars to. That builds on an earlier announcement made this year in our river ports, another key investment. With us today is April Collier of R.J. Corman. They were one of 5 railroad companies to earn a state funding award. We're investing $1.5 million to improve their Central Kentucky and Memphis line. April, if you'd please come and share a little bit about the project.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for being here.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you again, Governor Beshear, for inviting us to be here today.
We are incredibly grateful for the generous grants that the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet awarded under the Kentucky Shortline Infrastructure Preservation Program, KSLIP for short. This new program has already shown how vital it will be to preserving and enhancing the rail system in our state. R.J. Corman is elated to receive 2 significant grants. First, the Bluegrass Multimodal Freight Improvement Project has been awarded $1 million from KSLIP. This project will show great benefits not only to our customers and to our railroad, but also to the community of Central Kentucky by diverting 130,000 heavy trucks off the roads over the next 20 to 30 years, and ensuring that our short line, the RJCC, will be able to continue to efficiently and safely operate our trains between Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky. This new project will not only make improvements to our mainline railroad, it will also support the building of a new transload yard in Frankfort, Kentucky. And it'll make upgrades to our Lexington, Kentucky rail yard to support the sustainable operation of sand shipments coming into Central Kentucky for many years to come. Second, the Memphis Line Track Rehab Project in Western Kentucky has been awarded nearly $500,000, with R.J. Corman matching this amount. This project includes rehabilitating and improving existing railroad track, making improvements to our at-grade road crossing, and extending traffic approximately 200 feet to create operating efficiencies for rail traffic. These projects will help us to continue to provide efficient and safe rail operations and lower emissions by reducing the number of big trucks on Kentucky's highways. R.J. Corman Railroad Group has proud to be a Kentucky-based company since 1973. We're dedicated to providing exceptional rail services and contributing to the state's economic growth. Our longstanding presence in Kentucky underscores our commitment to maintaining and improving our rail infrastructure, ensuring that Kentucky remains competitive in the national and global markets. We extend our heartfelt thanks to Governor Beshear, the General Assembly, and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for their support and commitment to improving Kentucky's rail infrastructure. These grants will significantly enhance our ability to provide safe, efficient, and sustainable operations for our customers, delivering their freight and serving the communities that they are in right here in our home state of Kentucky. Thank you again.
Thank you. R.J. Corman is such a great Kentucky company with so many employees that are able to create a better life for their family because of this company's employment, their investment. We thank you that Kentucky has been your home for a long time, and thank you for all your work in helping us build this new Kentucky home. We're going to continue the work to improve railways in Kentucky by expanding rail access, improving safety, and increasing jobs in the rail industry. Now through December 2nd, we're taking applications for our second Railway Improvement Program. For more information, visit transportation.ky.gov. Now, Monday was Veterans Day, and today we have an update on a program helping our military families here in Kentucky, the Purple Star School Program. Kentucky has over 40,000 military children. These children make sacrifices daily so their loved ones can serve and protect our great country. From deployment to relocation, these challenges can be difficult for families, but programs like this one can help. The Purple Star School Program is designed to help teachers and staff respond to the educational and social challenges that military children face during their transition to a new school. It will help keep them on track for graduation so they have all the resources they need to create a bright future. In 2022, my wife Brittany and I were proud to help launch the Purple Star School Program here in Kentucky. 2 years later, Kentucky now has over 130 participating schools. And we have 3 counties that are all Purple Star counties where every school is certified. Those are Christian, Monroe, and Meade counties. We're so grateful to our schools that have taken on the Purple Star Challenge. And we encourage any schools that haven't to get certified now. Please visit the program website on the screen, kypurplestar.org, to apply. The next round of applications closes February 15th, 2025. We have Matt Johnson, along with a number of other folks and General Bullard with us today. Matt is the Family Resource Center Coordinator at Westridge Elementary here in Frankfort to talk about this program and how it's impacted his school.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon. As the governor said, my name is Matt Johnson, and I do have the privilege of serving as a Family Resource Coordinator at Westridge Elementary here in Franklin County. As with most schools and communities, there are students and groups that need more things and more attention than others. It could be a family struggling to make ends meet that needs food. It could be our leadership students who are working on a project or a challenge that has been tasked to them. It could be any of our students that have been impacted by incarceration of a family member, and they need to just talk about what they're going through. It could be one of our military-connected students who are facing challenges that most of us don't really know and can't understand unless we've been in their boots. We started the Purple Star program at Westridge in part because the Boone Center sits in our backyard. The reality is that the military is a large part of the past of our community and is a large part of the future of our students. Our students look up and see Black Hawk helicopters practicing their maneuvers daily. We invite our neighbors to come to our school for our annual first responder breakfast and for career days. We have taken students to the Boone Center simply to say thank you for all they do around our state, around our country, and around our world. It's an added bonus that our students get to tour the hangar where their fleet of helicopters rests. We also have several teachers whose spouses currently serve in the military. Additionally, we recognize that it is the entire family that serves. Seeing this need, we felt it was vital that we became a Purple Star school to offer any and all support to our families, and especially those that are military connected. We received our Purple Star designation in November of 2022. We received a banner, several challenge coins as part of that presentation at school. The banner is hung up in our gym and people see it every time they use it. At Westridge, our military connected students represent every branch of the military, including our Kentucky National Guard. They have moved in and out of our school with each deployment in order to new duty station. They have seen their parents leave for trainings and specific job schoolings. These students are tough, resilient, and adaptive. These students also experience higher percentages of mental and behavioral health issues. Our Purple Star program seeks to highlight the positive attributes of these students. We want students to grow their leadership ability and to use these abilities to help make our school and our community a better place. We believe that our military-connected students can not only learn what it means to be a better leader and a better citizen, but that they can also teach our current students what it means to be a better leader and a better citizen. I believe expanding a student's worldview allows them to get a better understanding of their place in the world and that our world needs them. Our military-connected families are helping our students accomplish that. And we are seeing all of our students understand their community better. It has been a privilege to be a liaison for the Purple Star program and be a Purple Star school. But it could not happen without a team of people around me. My co-liaison, Whitney Valentine, is here. She is our behavior interventionist, but more importantly, she is a wife and mother. Her husband and her two sons serve in the Kentucky National Guard. Ms. Valentine was the first to jump on board when we began talking about becoming a Purple Star school. She is an amazing asset and friend who helps our students daily. She has similar lived experiences to our students and is able to understand the highs and the lows that they face. I also get to work with the support of an amazing administration. Ms. Drury, our principal, Ms. Kurtzinger, our dean of students, Ms. Spicer, our school counselor who is here, all support our staff and students and are a part of our Purple Star team. Their support for our students, particularly our Purple Star students, is unmatched. Our team constantly goes above and beyond to support our students and to lead them with compassion and empathy. Being named a Purple Star school, as I have mentioned, is an honor. The presentation of the Purple Star program that the Purple Star program brings to your school is incredible. It is fun. It is memorable for our staff and our students. I would like to think that even if we were never named a Purple Star school, our team would still be meeting the specific needs of our military-connected students and families. However, being a Purple Star school allows us to better highlight those students and their families and the sacrifices that they make on a daily basis. Being designated a Purple Star school allows military families to know that we are here and that we support them, that we understand the specific needs and challenges that they face. It is more than just about receiving a designation, but actually being intentional about helping these families transition into our communities and to thrive in our communities. I am thankful for the support that we get from our regional prevention networks, and Steve is here representing them, and the resources that they are able to provide. Our direct connection to them and through them allows us to access the resources they provide and do so quickly and efficiently for our families. I'm also thankful for the support of the Governor and First Lady Beshear, who see the value of this program and believe that the students of Kentucky are worth fighting for. These supports and resources enhance the services that we are already providing our students. We look forward to partnering together for many years as we support our military-connected students and their families. And because of that support, Governor, we do have a gift from you from the Purple Star program. We would like to give you a Purple Star Challenge coin. General, would you like to say anything about that?
Governor, your support and Brittany Beshear's support and the Lieutenant Governor's support has been essential to our program. Thank you. And we encourage all of Kentucky to become a part of this wonderful program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Very great. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you, sir. Thank you all for your great work. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, very powerful. We just got to see what an amazing program this is, and also be reminded how amazing our public school educators are. You can hear the passion, how much Matt and every public school educator put into their job, how much they care about our kids. And I, for one, am thankful that last week the people of Kentucky showed our public school educators how much we care about you, and we're going to continue to stand up for you. Today we have a special Team Kentucky All-Star. This is a tough one. Last week, I and a lot of other people lost a friend in Lana Grandon. I had the honor of working with Lana when she served as an assistant attorney general in the AG's office the entire time I was there. She retired from the AG's office in December of 2019 as the longest continuously serving female assistant attorney general in the history of the office, a position in which she served as an attorney, but also, and maybe even more importantly, as a mentor to countless other attorneys and advocates. Lana also joined this administration. When I transitioned over to being governor, she wanted to come and be a part of Team Kentucky, and I was blessed. She had that interest, and she continued in her new role to help others. She was a tireless advocate for crime victims and their families during the worst times and days of their lives. Her legal legacy included numerous published opinions, participation in statewide task forces and legislative initiatives, all of which she worked on to help support victims of crime and their families. Next week, at this time, we'll be announcing the Violence Against Women Act recipients. And this year, we're going to be doing so in honor of Lana. I'm told this was one of the last projects she completed, that she just finished all the work on the reviews so that they were ready to be announced. And that's so indicative of who she was and is. She was always working to help others, and she did so throughout her life. Brittany and I send our deepest condolences to her families, friends, and colleagues. Just a remarkable individual who worked so hard, a true Team Kentucky All-Star. We will miss her, but we also know that we will see her again. Now, with that, we'll open it up to questions. I think we have 4 journalists here with us and 3 on the line. We'll start in order on my sheet with Tom Latek.
Thank you, Governor, and good afternoon. What are some of the other railroads besides R.J. Coleman that are getting this money?
We can get you the full list. I think it'll be included in the release that'll go out later today.
Okay.
Jessica.
So just to pivot to tariffs and a
Right.
bit, but you explained that economic tourism and the bourbon industry are huge parts of your Team Kentucky building up this tourism. Now that we're seeing a second Trump administration, we know that we have seen tariffs the first time around. Those were relieved during the President Biden administration. What are those conversations like because they become such a cornerstone of your policy for them?
The question is on the incoming Trump administration and tariffs and the impact that it may have. I think the answer is we'll see. Last time around, President Trump used tariffs as leverage during different negotiations. Put a tariff on steel coming from the EU, which led to a retaliatory tariff on bourbon. That was done because at the time, Mitch McConnell was the majority leader in the Senate. You also saw a tariff from the EU on blue jeans because Levi's is in San Francisco and the representative there obviously was the Speaker of the House. And so we haven't seen a direct policy yet on how they will be used. I think the most information that's been put out there is we can expect tariffs on Chinese goods in particular. That could impact the price of a number of things within the United States. I guess it could also encourage production of things inside the United States. So this is one that we'll have to wait and see, and I don't think that we will see kind of a rollout of here are all the tariffs that we're looking at. I think they'll come at different times, and my job as governor will be to work to protect our industries and to make sure that we continue to thrive regardless of what policies put in place. I'm going to do my best to also work with our federal delegation. When we look at jobs in different industries, I mean, they're Kentucky jobs. The bourbon industry creates a lot of Kentucky jobs. So certainly my hope that our federal delegation, which has worked well with this administration in places we agree, will help us protect those important jobs and programs here in Kentucky. We don't necessarily see preventative measures yet because, again, we haven't seen how this program is going to roll out, and I don't want to be reactive. My goal is to work with the incoming administration anytime it's good for Kentucky and to stand up to any administration anytime that it's bad for Kentucky. That was the same way that I operated as Attorney General under both President Obama and President Trump, and how I've served as governor under President Trump the first year, and then President Biden, and now President Trump coming in again. Thank you. Carolina.
Staying on the topic of tariffs, there are certain policy groups that say states in the Midwest and the South would particularly feel them the hardest, and Kentucky is at the top of that list. The groups say that Kentucky would see the largest total tariff payment under the President-elect's new proposal. Are you concerned about what this could potentially do to Kentucky's economy?
Well, I'm concerned about tariffs generally, not necessarily how they impact our economy in terms of jobs, but how they impact the price of goods. I mean, we just had an election that was significantly about inflation and other core issues. My hope is that a president that ran on decreasing inflation and making things more affordable won't put policies into place that will raise prices, because that's what happens with tariffs. What happens is if something costs, $10 right now and a 20% tariff is put on it, it's going to cost $12. That tariff is ultimately passed along to the consumer. So I have some concerns, but at the same time, we haven't seen what they're going to be and where they're going to be. And so while I have concerns over it as a general policy, I want to wait and see how the president-elect is ultimately going to use it once he comes into office. And then hopefully there will be an ability to communicate and talk about the impact that it would have, not just on us, but on other states as well. I think we had a question last week about the EV industry, for instance. I mean, you look at Kentucky having 10,000 EV jobs, and we voted for President Trump as a state by 30 points. So hopefully the incoming president wouldn't want to hurt jobs, especially in a state that voted that way. Look at Ohio, which also went red on election night, that's building that enormous chips facility. And a rollback of that policy would hurt workers there, many of which most likely voted for President-elect Trump. So again, it's early. All we're seeing right now are some nominations. We'll see what the policy looks like in the coming months and maybe even years. Hannah.
Hi, Governor. So, picking to the topic of immigration, President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to execute what he's calling a mass deportation plan I know Illinois Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker has vowed to oppose any deportation raids enforced by Trump. Will you also plan to oppose any raids?
So we haven't seen any plans or had any group reach out to us yet about how President Trump would plan to go about that. We would look at anything that a president is trying to send our way. We'd look at the legality of it. I'd certainly want to see any specifics before making any type of broad comment. And remember that within immigration there's a lot of nuance. There are folks that crossed over and are in the United States illegally, and that's very different from folks that are here legally through an asylum program. And wanting to make sure as we do the analysis moving forward that we recognize that nuance and ultimately react accordingly. But a lot of things are said on campaigns. I do expect the new administration to be tougher on immigration, but we'll see what the tools are that they plan to use, and we'll see what we're asked to do. Certainly, anything that we're asked to do will have to be ultimately legal under both federal and state law. On the line, we have Karen Czar.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon. We're about 6 or 7 weeks away from the state's rollout of the medical marijuana program, and we've done a lot of stories about the business end of it. What do patients need to know as we get closer to the start date? Thank you.
I think it's next week at the Team Kentucky update, or possibly the week after, but I think it's next week that we're going to talk about the website rollout of the doctors, nurses, and others that have been certified, or where to go to find which ones have been certified to ultimately go see under this program. You're also going to see us roll out a tool where people are going to be able to get online and see where the various dispensaries are under the program. Our goal is to make it very friendly because those that are seeking this help, they're already going through a lot. They have serious medical conditions, which is why this program is so important. But just through a search off of our website, they are going to be able to find both the names and the locations of the medical professionals that they can go and see, and then the names and the locations of the closest dispensaries to them. I would remind folks that we are likely not to have full product on the shelf or product on the shelf January 1. The way the program was set up, we've got to build the entire system out, and we have to do it right. Getting it right and doing it safely is the number one goal here. And we're also then trying to do it as quickly as we can. As you've seen, we've had the lottery for the growers and the processors. We also have open applications again for the labs that will do the testing to make sure it's safe. We've got the 2 dispensary lotteries coming up. Those are occurring a little later than we would have initially liked to have done it because there were so many applications, but we committed to doing this process in a fair and a transparent way. And so we are going through that whole process where each application is reviewed. It's actually sent back to the applicant to make any changes so that the maximum number of groups can be included in that lottery. Okay, Gil McClanahan.
Yeah. Hello, Governor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I've got one question with 3 parts with it. It's talking about the New Kentucky Home Initiative. How much is that costing taxpayers? Number 1. Number 2, and when will we see it on social medias? And number 3, do you foresee this on commercials on televisions throughout the nation?
So we are doing it fully within the existing budget for economic development, for tourism. What you're going to see is materials that we already put out for different reasons to contain this new rebranding, which you will see both across the country and across the world. It's also reshaping our thinking to make sure that our messaging at economic development and our messaging with tourism line up in this exciting new initiative so that we are exposing, whether it's advertising through tourism, announcements through economic development, we're exposing the world to more of who we are and what it's like to be here. It's really exciting. It's creating a lot of energy, but I think we're only going to be part of it. You're going to see counties, you're going to see local tourism groups, you're going to see local economic development groups. You're going to see our companies that have gotten excited talking about their new Kentucky home and talking about it to other companies. I remember talking to one of the newest ones that we had broken ground on, knowing this initiative was coming up. And it took about 2 minutes and they said, we're on board. We're thrilled about being here and we want to spread the message of what a great place it is to do business. So you will see it coming through on social media. It'll probably start from a lot of our cabinet communications, but also some of the advertising that we are already doing. And so you think about now that advertisement that's saying, come visit this attraction or this county. You're also seeing some of the jobs in it. You're also seeing some of the local parks in it. So that when people come, they don't just come to see that attraction. They go to that restaurant. They go to that park. They look around and they see what a great place this is to live. And then hopefully they move their business and they move their family. All right. And finally, I think we have Michelle from WHAS.
Hi there, Governor. As you know, we had 2 people that were killed in the Givaudan explosion this week. The community is shaken up, but they have not seen a presence from the company just yet. Do you think the company should be doing more in the community?
Well, I believe any company that has an explosion in a community ought to be there talking with the neighbors, assuring them that they're going to take reasonable steps. This is obviously under investigation. Our OSHA office and others are looking at it, and we need answers. But this company is also going to need to provide reassurance to the community. Look, this is a big deal. It was incredibly scary, and we have 2 individuals who are dead, whose families are mourning, and a lot of others that are hurt. To operate where they operate, they need to be out in that community, telling people first what happened, or telling them that they're committed to finding out what happened, and then to be fully transparent about it, because we're certainly going to be. But then to reassure them that they'll take steps so something like this doesn't happen. A really scary moment. Could have hurt a lot more people. The main thing that I'm focused on are those 2 individuals who went to work that day and should have been able to come home safe to their families. We'll get to the bottom of it, make sure that we know all the facts when the investigation is complete, share those facts, and then if there are any lessons learned that we can take from this and provide to other companies that are out there, we should. This is a tragedy, and ultimately we need to pick our people back up, but we need to get answers, and then ultimately we need to get we need to do better because of what we learned from it. All right. Those are all of our questions. Thank you for coming to this. Oh, we got one more? Sure.
For local, so I wanted to say
Yep.
thank you for enough time. Versailles has been without a mayor for about 6 weeks now. They had a resignation since October 1st. There hasn't been a mayor. Are you able to explain or say where that process stands?
Yeah, I'm in the process right now of selecting a new mayor for Versailles. They've been without a mayor for 6 weeks, but the first 30 days, the decision lies with the council. That I have no authority in that period, and very rarely do these come to me. Normally, the council comes together and says they want to choose their mayor. The situation is complicated a little bit because of that, but there has been some real interest, and I think we'll have an appointment soon. I know Versailles needs a mayor today, but I want to do my best to get it right, or to at least make a very good decision. And for that, I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough information. I'm sure when we make it, some will be happy, some might not be, but it's an incredible community that I love and care about, and I want to make sure it gets the best. Thank you all.